Perfect. Welcome back to the new lecture session on waves. The outline of the lecture, waves, are given here. A prelude of the physical wave will be given here in this discussion section. The classifications of the mechanical wave will be discussed here, and some of the terminologies used in the previous oscillation section will also be used here. What will happen when two or more wave trains are moving in the same direction? That will lead to the superposition of waves. That will be discussed here. We will derive some expression for the speed of the wave, and wave equations for both the transverse and longitudinal waves will be derived. Finally, we will solve some problems like that we did in the previous classes, or the definition or the differences between the transverse wave and the longitudinal wave, for which you please watch this animation, and that the beautiful animated picture. Really, I should thank Russell Penn State University. In a transverse wave, the particle displacement is perpendicular to the direction of the wave propagation. The animation shows a one-dimensional transverse plane wave propagating from, just look at the diagram, it transfers, the one-dimensional plane wave is transferred, and which propagates from your left side to the right side. The particles do not move along the wave. I told you earlier that the wave do transport energy and momentum, not the matter. Just look at this. Only the waves are moving, all the particles are standing over there actually. Therefore, the particles do not move along the wave. They simply oscillate up and down about their equilibrium positions as the wave passes by. And you just you select whatever the dot, whatever the particle, the black color particle that you want. You just look at it and observe for quite some time. You'll see that the only the waves are moving actually. The wave transport energy and momentum, not the matter, I told you again. So therefore, the transverse wave, the particle displacement is perpendicular direction of the wave propagation. On the other hand, we have the longitudinal wave. The longitudinal wave, I told you earlier slide that it is a particle displacement which is parallel to the direction of wave propagation. Again, for the longitudinal wave, look at the animation and very carefully just watch the red color dot here in the animation. That the red color dot represents what is called the particle. And in longitudinal wave, the particle displacement is parallel to the direction of the wave propagation. And here the animation again shows the one-dimensional wave propagation. The particle do not move down the tube with a wave. They simply oscillate back and forth. Yeah, of course. Look at another animation, back and forth about the equilibrium position. Now you select any one particle and watch its motion. Just look at the red color dot. The red dot is your particle, and the black cluster of dots are the wave. The waves are moving and the particle is standing there, the red color particle, and of course look at the arrow in the red color that so therefore the only the wave, the energy and transport of the wave excuse me. The animation the particles do not move down the tube with the wave. They simply oscillate back and forth. Therefore, the energy it transports the energy and momentum, not the matter actually, not the particle actually. Okay. Okay. So this is the definition of this. And then you look at and yeah, both the transverse wave, the S waves in an earthquake are examples of transverse wave, and of course our S waves propagate with a lower velocity. And the P waves in an earthquake are examples of longitudinal velocities. longitudinal waves, the P waves travel the fastest velocity and are faster to arrive. Okay. And the water wave is an example for the waves that involve a combination both the longitudinal and transverse wave. And this is an important part of why we are studying this mechanical wave or the traveling wave is to understand just make you understand the various types of waves. They are they're P wave, S wave, love wave, and Rayleigh wave, and all these waves are more related close to with each other to make you understand the seismograph to try you to make you to draw the seismograph or to understand the tsunami. Seismic waves are the waves of energy caused by the sudden breaking of rock within the earth or an explosion. They are the energy that travels through the earth and is recorded in seismographs. The two main types of waves are body waves and surface waves. Body waves can travel through Earth's inner layers, but surface waves can finely move along the surface of the planet like ripples on water. Earthquakes radiate seismic energy as both body and surface waves. The traveling waves through the interior of the Earth, that is called the body waves, arrive before the surface waves emitted by the earthquake. These waves are of higher frequency than the surface waves. The first kind of body wave is the P wave or primary wave, as we discussed in the previous slide. This is the fastest kind of seismic wave and consequently the first to arrive at the seismic station when you feel the tremors in the earth. Sometimes animals can hear the P waves of an earthquake. Yeah, of course, it is true. The second type of body wave is S wave or the secondary wave, which is the second wave you feel in an earthquake. As S wave slower than the P wave and can only move through the solid, not only not through any liquid medium. The first kind of surface wave is called the love wave. This is confined to the surface of the crust. Love waves produce entirely horizontal motion. Okay, right? You just look at the the diagram. And we have another kind of wave called surface wave is the Rayleigh wave because it moves the ground up and down, side to side in the seismic in the same direction that the wave is moving. Most of the shaking felt from an earthquake is due to Rayleigh wave, which can be much larger than the other waves. Of course, if you look at both the seismograph and tsunami. Oh, tsunami. Perfect. Wow. And okay. And if we discuss, just to summarize what we discussed so far, is that we discussed the wave, and of course, wave is a physical phenomena that is characterized by the frequency, wavelength, and amplitude that is discussed. Yeah, of course, we have discussed at length what is a transverse wave and what is a longitudinal wave. Of course, that transverse wave in which the direction of propagation of the wave is perpendicular direction, and of course, a longitudinal wave is a parallel to the direction of propagation of the wave. And we discuss water waves and surface waves, how these surface waves lead to the earthquake or tsunami that we discussed. Perfect. Okay, right. That's good. Of course, we'll discuss in the next class. We are going to derive some expression for the speed of a wave for both the string and the sound wave. Okay, in the next class. Bye. Good luck. Thank you.